Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your dude Chuck. We got a slightly different format. I know already you're like, whoa, it's Tuesday, and everything's all bumpy and stuff, and we're looking at alright, we're looking at whatever people are saying to me. We're looking at my laptop now. So I guess the first thing I should do is let you guys know that I've just moved. So my computer isn't all set up and stuff. So we're gonna have to. I'm just gonna keep covering. It's actually not anything bad, but it's just a. It's none of your really. Just responses from clients actually. So, anyways, whatever. Let's get to the news. We got some really interesting stuff for you. I'm doing this on a Tuesday because I fucked up and I missed Monday, so here I am. But also, trying to keep this going, trying to make it happen. And I just moved, so my computer's not set up, so we're going to use my laptop today. So it might be a little choppy. If you throw up, that's your fault. And in the background, I'm playing video games. Basically, I reward myself. Every time I get something done, I play a game. I play around. So that's kind of my thing. What do you guys do to reward yourself when you get things done? Or do you? Do you just work like adults? And if you do, good for you, because I can't do that. All right, anyways, cool. So let's start. First, this one just went up. I put this up within the last hour, and it's kind of a big deal. So I'm gonna click that. I know I've got a touchscreen. I love this computer so much. Okay, so this is a big deal. I'm actually gonna read this off to you. Arledge Comics responds to allegations that their Alex Priest was plagiarized. So I guess what I should let you guys know first before we get to the actual statement. So basically what happened was Dark Horse recently sent out a series called Calamity Kate. And several different comic news organizations have stated that they feel like it's plagiarized from Alex Priest, from Arledge Comics, Alex Priest. Now, I ended up actually being cited in the article, which is kind of one of the reasons why this is so important to me. First off, I don't want to be in anybody else's drama. And second, I don't know Mags Visaggio that well. We are Twitter followers, Twitter friends, whatever. But I don't know them. And I don't want to believe that there was any plagiarism done. But of course, it needs to be addressed and spoken about. And basically what happened was back in October, Mags asked for any comics that had a trans character as the main character. So, of course, since I've done my Chuck's Raw reviews and my reviews here and whatnot, Alex Priest was one of the books that I've actually reviewed the first 3 out of 4 that have been released so far. So, of course, I got in touch with them and mentioned that right away, and that was put into the article. So I became the factor that put these two together. And that was difficult for me. I didn't want to be... I don't want anyone to be screwed over because of what I did, but all I did was support at the end of the day. So I can't feel bad about it. So I've gone on this for a little while now. I'm going to actually get in there and read the story for you. Recently, several comics news outlets have reported the news that Dark Horse's Calamity Kate allegedly plagiarized material from Arledge Comics' Alex Priest. We have been handed a statement directly from Arledge Comics that is their response to these allegations. It's been brought to our attention that readers are finding a significant number of similarities between Alex Priest and Dark Horse's Calamity Kate. After taking the time to investigate this for ourselves, we'd like to take a moment and address these rumors. We are sorry to say we cannot deny the similarities. We can say, however, that we have a great deal of respect for Dark Horse and Magdalene Visaggio. While it is true that we donated copies of Alex Priest to Mags in October 2018, it is our hope that any perceived or actual influence was subconscious or coincidental. These books were donated with trans youth in mind, and Arledge Comics remains dedicated to creating and providing queer content for readers of all ages. The World of Alex Priest is our love letter to paranormal fantasy readers, and these events will not deter Arledge Comics from continuing to innovate or elevate queer stories and creators. I really liked that a lot. I thought they did an excellent job in responding to that. I think that's something that all of us as creators and whatnot can take seriously, because honestly, that was very well done. It was handled well, and I'm proud of Arledge Comics in how they came out about this. So, good for you, gang. Way to go, dudes. Now that little bit of unpleasantness is past us, I'm gonna move this forward a little bit. See if I can't make some of you guys vomit more. All right. So, interview with Shelby Webb, 13-year-old author of the comic book Sugar Glider. That is cool. I have not checked out this this interview yet, but I think I'm gonna. I'm not gonna do it here because I'm sure there's a fair amount to it. But I think this is something that we need to take seriously, because this kid is our future. Like, you know, most of us comic creators that are coming up in the indie world right now, a lot of us are well into our 30s and 40s. And this kid, no matter how great or not great the book is, and I have no clue, I can't actually speak intelligently about it, but no matter the quality of it, this kid is our future. And this is what we need, is more people who are young and impassioned about comics. So it's important that we spotlight this sort of stuff, which means it's important as for all of us as viewers and enjoyers of the site to read into this and find out about it and enjoy it. So that's my take on that. Comic-Con Highway, Florida Exit, Indie Takeover at Daytona Beach Comic-Con. That's April 12th and 13th. Rob's going to be there. Jamie Engel, Matt Knowles, Nicole Jobin, Dorothy's John, Benny Powell, James Pruitt, Marcus H. Roberts. I mean, that's some big names, people. That's a big deal. Broken Gargoyles. Bob Sally shares news and art about Broken Gargoyles. That looks so cool. And I really love the logo. Really well done, Bob and gang. And of course, Stan Yak is doing the art for that. Stan, who is talented as fuck. Oh my gosh. Stan mixed with Bob Sally. Guys, that's a no-brainer. You gotta pick it up. You gotta check it out. So moving on. Now crowdfunding Bricks on the Cape, a Lego fan experience. That sounds like a lot of fun. Bricks on the Cape. It takes a little bit for my pages to load, but let's take a look at that, because I'm really interested in what that could possibly be. It's funny, I'm actually watching the pages through the tablet as I record this while holding on to it. Okay. You know what? Oh, okay, that's the crowdfunding report. Do we have anything else about it? By Jamie Tyndale. Oh, no, this is why. Oh, okay, so this is all the different kickstarting stuff happening right now. Okay, well, don't know much about that one, but I think that's something worth checking into and looking at, because it just looks like a lot of fun. I mean, the Lego movies, all that kind of stuff. Lego. How many of you guys did not grow up with freaking Lego? Like, seriously. Comic-Con forecast. C2E2 has just happened, so this is last week's Comic-Con forecast. Lots of cool stuff that was happening. And, of course, more to come. But C2E2 was huge. So exciting watching people check that out. A new indie advocating voice. Follow and friend this voice of indie advocating. Ooh, who is it? It's not me. I'm not new. Not that anyone said it was me. Alright, whoa, what? Alright, follow and friend this voice of indie advocating. Every post you should. Okay. I mean, who is it? Oh, of course, Rob Gregory. Okay. So, for those of you out there who follow our own Rob Anderson, he recently had some issues with censorship, and he's had. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this. He's had lots of issues with censorship on Facebook, and because of that, he had to make a new Facebook profile, and so that is that. So, look for Rob Gregory if you want to keep up with the world of advocating and you want to see what Rob has to talk about, because not only is he an advocate, which is such a huge important part of what he does, but he's also an incredibly fucking talented writer and publisher. And that stuff cannot be undersold. I love his work. I love his work so much that I edit every fucking thing he does now. When it comes out, he comes straight to me. Chuck, do you want to... Well, I mean, I of course have the option of saying no thank you, but I don't. And it's not just because of the paycheck. It's because he's actually impassioned. He loves what he does, and he's serious about taking my thoughts into mind when he makes his decisions. He takes me seriously as a member of the team, and he takes the entire idea of collaborating and working together to the highest level that he can. So having Rob as a friend on Facebook is not just you being able to get your work out there, but it's also you being able to see some really fucking cool material, which I hope you guys will take advantage of and do. So moving on, the cost of censorship. This, of course, is talking about that. And if you guys will notice, there was no news last week. There was no shows pretty much at all. And for those of you guys out there, that's because he wanted a week of silence so that you guys could see how much it sucks to be censored. And so he basically silenced the whole website. And, you know, there was a lot of people who could have used the push, could have used the help, but it's important for all of you out there to notice that with that censorship, that's exactly what we lose. That push, that help, all of that stuff. And we lose our ability to see the news, see all this cool stuff happening. So, you know, that's something you guys got to take seriously, that we all have to take seriously, even myself. So, yeah. Next, Gateway Comics presents Stalker Gets a Tip. I don't even know what to say about that. The art looks pretty cool. It looks like some stuff I've seen before. Yeah, man. That's definitely something to check out. We're gonna keep moving along though. Greetings from Fox Shuffle Academy. Okay, so Kitsune Windsor says greetings from Fox Shuffle Academy. Of course, they were recently on Kickstarter for Foxy and Wolfie, and they surpassed their goal. They made it, and now that book's going to be coming out. And so hopefully you guys were a part of that. And if not, maybe check this out, and you can see why it's such a cool project and why it might be something that you want to check out. And Miss Malika is left alone with his doubts about his place in the penumbra. I have no fucking idea what that means. Look, the actual art though looks really cool, so that might be something worth checking out. Getting ready for the Big Flying Sparks Volume 2 launch. Okay, Volume 2, that's a big deal. Join their newsletter and get a free novella. Subscribe now to John Della Rose for more information on Flying Sparks. So I like the look of the art. Very realistic, very cool. Has a real Captain Marvel vibe to it, but of course, you know, a vibe is a vibe. That doesn't say anything. We're gonna keep looking along. Hitting them just makes them mad this week on Quantum Team. So that's more work by Gateway Comics, Bradley Potts. So that's some more stuff. And again, the art looks really solid. So all I would say to you guys is give us a headline that we can, we can put the stuff up there, but you actually have to give us something to work with. So give a headline that's going to make me want to check it out. Speaking of, the colored version of Silver Cyclone, Jason Everett and Super Earth Comics. So again, not necessarily one that I want to touch on right away, but the art is solid. Everything looks really cool. All of those are reasons to look at it. But unless you tell us something about there in that, all we can do is basically put something up and hope that people read it. And that's usually not how it works. You need a hook. So it's not up to us to hook your future readers. You guys got to hook them. So hopefully you're watching this and you're getting that. And hopefully down the road you'll see when I do my own books, I'll have my hooks on there. And hopefully that'll make people want to open it up. I'm sure it'll make me want to open it up because I know exactly what I want. Cookies and comics. That's what I want. The Sci-Fi Fantasy Anthology series continues with new stories and art by our team and indie world creators from around the world. Scott Ryan is the tag, and so drawmeincomics.com. That looks cool. Again, same issues I've had from everything else before, but that's cool. Work continues on the Kid Chaos series, an exciting and unique addition. So that says a little bit more. That gives me something at least. Hey, Finn, how are you? My dog loves me. This is Jason Everett and Super Earth Comics. Then we have more stuff from Gateway Comics. It presents Sergeant Mittens is ready for duty in Super Cat. Ooh, they're so lucky. Super Cat. Because we have Super Mom and Cat Dad. So, did you almost get sued? No, not even. A little bit. But, Super Cat looks... You know what? Honestly, it looks like the old Garfield stuff that I used to read when I was younger and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. Let's move on to this one because it looks hot as hell. Two 20-somethings use an online game, Blitz.net, to cope with their mental illnesses. But virtual reality can be as addictive as any other drug. Scott Ryan, thank you. That. You hooked me. I'm interested. What the fuck is this? We're going to check that out right now. Because Scott did exactly what I asked him to. He put the hooks in there. That's a really interesting hook. So, Supernova Juice. Oh, that looks badass. Okay. So that's all they've given us. But honestly, that was enough. That was enough to make me want to check it out. Available on Draw Me In Comics. Supernova Juice, Chapter 1 from Supernova Juice. So, dude, not an awful lot to actually go into after that, but they hooked me. That was a really cool idea. They put the they put the hooks right in there from the title. So yeah, good job, guys. Good job. Konnichiwa, my friends. Wanted to show off our mascot Celesta, the musical Kitsune. So this is Kitsune again, talking more about their books and what's going on in their world. So we did talk a little bit about that already. If you want to see more of their stuff, of course, you can check this out on your news feed. This is a great pinup to support the story, Going All In Zombies Were Human 2 Kickstarter. This is from Austin Janowski. He just showed that book off. He had like a limited number that he was showing off at C2E2. That book looks pretty badass. I'm not necessarily a huge zombie guy myself, but it looks good. Like the art's solid. Everything looks really professional. So good for you guys. I think you're making something really cool happen. Here's a panel of 3 new characters in the update for my series. Foxy and Wolfie. Again, this is more from Kitsune. Showing off their stuff. Last day for the Indie News Report. This was panels. Joel Rodriguez, Travis Gibb, Nicole Jobin. All at Comic-Con Revolution on Geek Radio America. So if you guys are not checking out Geek Radio America, I've been in there a couple times. I think I did about 3 episodes or so. But there's some really cool stuff in there, and it's our own. It's basically the Indie Advocator on the Indie Advocate on the radio. And so if you guys want to keep having this kind of cool radio stuff where we get to show off our works and talk to and hear from other indie comic creators and stuff, please check that out. It's a big deal. Speaking of hot new indie comic creators, I'm just checking out my wife, Wendy Gale. What's going on? Hey, don't you have a Kickstarter coming up for something new soon?
Something I edited, yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, you're here now. Why don't you tell me just a little bit about this book?
Okay, well, it's written by Lonnie Webb. It's called Killing Worth.
It's written and drawn by, right?
Yes,
He did all the...
and drawn by Lonnie Webb.
Okay.
Looks like a really great book. I enjoyed reading it while I was editing it. It's kind of a futuristic sci-fi story.
Yeah.
About survival, basically. This guy, Worth, is just thrown into a situation where he has to figure out how he's going to survive and what that entails. The story's about what that entails, and yeah, I think it's really enjoyable. I liked it, and it's going to be a Kickstarter, I believe, April 2nd, I want to say.
That sounds about right. I think you might be right. Way to go. So I put her on... This woman is hot on her heels right now. I just threw her out there because you know what? The thing is that when we're out on the road, and even just in your daily lives, you're going to... What the fuck is going on there? Go back. You're going to be thrown into situations where suddenly somebody's going to ask you for your pitch, and you're just going to have to jump on it. And Wendy, you did fantastic. Way to jump on that. She did not know that was coming. Why? Because I'm a dick, and I want her to be great, and boy, is she pulling it. She's just making it happen. So cool. Way to go, baby. Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you for wandering around our house.
And walking by.
I know, right? That's what you get. This was the Indie Comic Forecast. So good to see myself in there. Where was I? Yeah, Hill Country Comic Con. That was a good one. I was sick as fuck, my friends. So sick. I had such a hard time getting that one done, but I made it happen. You know why? Because you don't have a choice. You bought that table, you went out there, you just jump in and you do it. So, yeah. XCT, DY, do your own cover. So, apparently, they're doing a sketch cover of sorts. It's kind of cool. We're going to do a little bit more of this. A couple of villain work in progresses by, Greshgorj Palak. So, I have heard of Villain. Villain is done by Marcel Dupree's. I believe he has several different publishing houses, but I believe it's Evolution Publishing. And yeah, really badass. I've heard only good things about what Josh Metzger and Paulak are doing, so that's really cool. Definitely check out those work in progresses so that you can see what one of your favorite new series are up to right now. Having Faith by Alan Bay. This inspired by through the Buddhist faith, and of course this is Jack Holder talking about his book, his anthology, Why Faith, and so that looks really cool. They're giving us more and more from that book every week as we get closer to April and closer to their Kickstarter. So that's pretty badass. This is more from Gateway Comics, talking about more of their books. Kickstarter pre-launch, I believe actually it's launched now, for Havard Saints 8 Heroic Fiction. It went live March 16th, so yeah, it's already out there and happening. And then we got more of the same stuff that we've already talked about. So yeah, you know what? I think we're going to be done for the day. We did a solid 25 minutes. I think you guys having to put up with me for 25 minutes is more than enough. So congratulations, guys. I'm proud of you guys for making it that long. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please check out everything that the site has to show you. From everyone here, myself, Rob, and all the other team on Indie Advocates, much love. And as always, haven't said in a while, I kind of miss it.